In a rare incident, the head of the South African Police Service Crime Intelligence, General Dumisani Khumalo, was arrested with 6 others over allegations of irregular appointment of a 29-year-old brigadier. What makes this case extraordinary? It is the first that public servants are held accountable for bending the rules in order to appoint unqualified cronies. Welcome to my channel, where we unpack public policy discourse in South Africa. Ndingumqondisi. But why is this the exception, not the norm? Let's connect the dots. The crime intelligence scandal, a break from the past. About 2 weeks ago, Lieutenant General Khumalo was arrested alongside 6 colleagues for allegedly floating vetting processes to appoint Brigadier Dineo Mukwele, a 29-year-old with questionable qualifications, to a senior role overseeing national covert operations. The charges included fraud, corruption, abuse of a secret service account, a fund with history of looting allegations. But here is what is shocking. This is the first time public servants are facing criminal charges for irregular appointments. For decades, unqualified hires has been the rule, not the exception. So why now? We learn from Fidel Adams during the debate of the Joint Committee of Police and Justice 2 days ago that he opened a criminal case. 2 weeks earlier, we also heard from fraud examiner Paul O'Sullivan, who also opened a criminal case in respect to the same incident. From that, we can safely conclude that without outsiders forcing accountability, this would have been swept under the rug, like so many others. Parallels in the public service. The DFFE's Job for Pearls playbook. Juxtaposed to the Department of Forestry, Fisheries and Environment, where illegal appointments are sanctioned from the top. Remember the unlawful appointment of Dana as chief director. The court did not only rule the appointment as unlawful, but it also found that it was done on the instruction of Minister Barbara Chris. But instead of terminating the illegal appointment, the department extended the contract for another 6 months. 2 years later, then come Miss Middleton. Rumor has it that the cabinet initially rejected the recommendation for her appointment for lack of relevant qualifications. Then the job requirements were tweaked to fit her profile, which later earned the nod of the cabinet. This emboldened senior management, and a slew of apparent illegal appointments in senior positions became a norm. When challenged, they doubled down, spent millions of taxpayers' rands to defend apparent illegal appointments. Sounds familiar? It's the same script. Change the rules to suit the candidate, not the institution. It is not just DFFE. Across government, pliable officials are hired to enable corruption. Incompetent leaders don't want critical thinkers. They want yes men who will sign off on dodgy deals. Yet, while Khumalo faced possible jail time, no one at the FFE or rest of the public service has been arrested. Why the double standards? political accountability. Who turns a blind eye? Here is the uncomfortable question. Should ministers be held criminal liable if they ignore corruption in their departments? If Khumalo's case set a precedent, then every minister and/or public servant who rubber stamps irregular appointment is complicit. But will they be held accountable? History says no. Remember the state capture. Today, the same system remains, just with different faces. So, what's the solution? Could it be independent audits, reports to the Public Service Commission, the Public Protector, or relevant parliamentary oversight committees? But without political will, even audits, report from Chapter 9 institutions, and Commission of Inquiry reports tend to gather dust. Call to action. Break the cycle. The Khumalo case is a flicker of hope, but it is not enough. If we want change, we must demand 1. Criminal consequences for all irregular appointments, not just high-profile ones. 2. Ministerial accountability. Fire leaders who enable illegal hires or who turn blind eye to wrongdoing. 3. Transparent hiring panel with civil society oversight. As viewers, you have the power. Opening criminal cases has delivered hope of a desired outcome. Civil society organization against corruption can also be used as backup system to pressure the police to investigate those cases. Vote out those who tolerate corruption and maladministration, and keep the pressure on, because today is crime intelligence, but tomorrow it could be your local hospital or school failing due to unqualified hires. Thanks for joining me. If this episode resonated with you, share it and tag #StopCorruption. Let's turn this moment into a movement. Until next time, stay vigilant.